Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss how you can limit your exposure to PFAS. But before doing so, let's first briefly define what PFAS are. What are PFAS? PFAS, which are commonly referred to as PFAS, are synthetic compounds well recognized for their non-stick characteristics. They are heat, water, oil, and grease resistant, making them incredibly useful in modern life. These properties stem from their chemical structure. Molecules composed of carbon and fluorine atoms that create one of chemistry's strongest bonds. This connection provides them superstrength and non-stick properties, which is what makes PFAS very hard to degrade in nature. They can tolerate a wide range of temperatures, which is why they are so useful in manufacturing. That is also why they are so persistent. They remain in their environment and they persist in our bodies. That persistence comes at a real cost. A study published in the journal Exposure and Health in July 2022 estimates the yearly disease burden caused by PFAS exposure in the United States to be at least $5.5 billion. In the 1950s, the chemicals were introduced to American customers in products such as Teflon-coated cookware and Scotch-Guard fabric protector. Later, Gore-Tex materials and Stainmaster carpets appeared. Today, PFAS are present in so many items that there isn't a store shelf that doesn't include them. How to limit your exposure? There are various strategies to reduce your total exposure in addition to purifying your drinking water. You can 1. Avoid products advertised as non-stick or stain or water resistant. These include stain-resistant carpets, furniture, clothes, and outdoor equipment. Because manufacturers in the United States are not required to inform customers when a product contains PFAS, it might be difficult to discover PFAS-free items. However, avoiding items branded non-stick is a reasonable rule of thumb. The same is true with kitchenware. If the label reads Teflon, you may be exposed to PFAS. Cast iron, stainless steel, aluminum, and ceramic pots and pans are all alternatives. 2. Avoid foods wrapped in non-stick wrappers and containers. Some of the PFAS used to coat containers can end up in food. This coating is used on many takeaway containers and pastry bags to prevent grease from spilling. Unfortunately, food labeling laws were designed for the contents of food rather than the container. Unless PFAS was utilized in a food product, they are not required to list it. It is healthier for your heart and the rest of your body not to consume as much fried, fatty food with PFAS-containing packaging. 3. Avoid products with the words fluoro, PTFE, or Teflon listed as ingredients. Lipsticks, cosmetic powders, and personal hygiene goods such as dental floss and shampoo may include these chemicals. The Environmental Working Group maintains a database of hundreds of personal care products containing PFAS and other harmful substances. 4. Get your water tested. Most public water suppliers are required by the Environmental Protection Agency to test for PFAS. If your home is linked to a public water system, contact your local water provider and get a copy of the most recent test results. You may get your water analyzed by a private lab if you have a private well. 5. Be careful where you fish. Fish are products of the water in which they dwell, and many lakes and streams contain contaminants. These pollutants are absorbed by fish and stored in their fat and muscle tissues. Many states and municipalities post information regarding contaminated fish, including where they may be found and how much is safe to eat. Historically, PCBs and mercury were found in fish, but PFAS are becoming increasingly common. Are there laws to protect people from PFAS? The EPA established a lifetime health advisory level of 70 parts per trillion for PFOA and PFOS in drinking water in 2016. However, it is a non-enforceable guideline. PFAS in drinking water are not currently regulated by the federal government. Instead, states are in charge of regulating PFAS, and their approaches differ greatly. Some states have absolutely no regulations in place, whereas Maine, Vermont, New York, New Jersey, and California, for example, have rigorous restrictions in place to limit PFAS in water and consumer products. Many PFOA and PFOS usage have been phased out by U.S. manufacturers, but others remain, and the chemicals are still imported in foreign goods. However, current EPA regulations contain a timeline for limiting PFAS in a variety of sectors. The EPA made new recommendations in June 2022 to restrict PFAS in drinking water, including PFOA, PFOS, and Gen X, at far lower levels than the existing guideline. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Peace out.